Happy Camper Radio with Skip Huber.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Happy Camper Radio Show, the only place to be when you're ready to talk camping. Camping is what we're about. Camping is all we talk about. This week, we are coming to you from the campground at Georgia's Stone Mountain Park. And if you're one of our regular listeners and you constantly tune in to the Happy Camper Radio Show, this week what I want you to do is, after the program, tune into our YouTube channel where you're going to see for the very first time our very first video edition of the Happy Camper Radio Show. And this weekend, I'll tell you what, it's not turning out to be the type of weekend we really wanted it to be.
No, sir.
My plan was to actually do this show outside by the fire, but the weather conditions are so bad outside. It's windy, it is cold. We just decided to take it inside the tent. And what you're looking at here, folks, is the Happy Camper Community Tent. And with me today is my brother from Pittsburgh. Rick, how you doing today?
I'm doing, Skip.
Okay.
I'm doing well. How
Glad
have you
to
been?
have you down here with us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it was a very splendid week, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a great week.
Because we had our other brother here and his wife, Dan and Heidi.
Yeah.
And you brought who?
My little travel buddy, Pancha.
This is Pancha. And
Yeah.
she travels around with you everywhere you go.
Yes, she's originally came from Cozumel, Mexico. I was there, it'll be 2 years ago, November, on a scuba diving trip. And out last day before flying home, doing some sightseeing, and I came across this little bundle of joy and changed my life from there.
Wow. Well, we're so happy to have her with us on the show today, too. You can get in touch with us here at the Happy Camper Radio Show anytime by calling 404-537-2267. That's 404-537-CAMP. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker. Add us to Circles on Google+. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to www.happycamperradio.com. You'll find all of our social media icons right there on the homepage. You click on any one of them, and you'll connect right up with us. Rick, on today's show, what I want to talk to you about, and unfortunately we don't have Daniel here with us today. He's probably at home inside his warm bathroom or bedroom or wherever he's at, the postal guy, yeah.
In the pirate room.
In the pirate room, yes. But we're going to be having him back on the show real soon, too. We're going to probably be doing more of these video presentations, and I've been throwing these little teasers out on the show every now and then. It says, hey, I've got this wonderful video presentation that I want to go ahead and put out there. And we've got the gear, we've got the equipment. It's taken some time to put it all together. But these shows are going to be great. We're going to be able to take them out on the road to different campgrounds, different destinations, and I am looking so forward to meeting a lot of campers. Today on the program, let's talk a little bit about fall camping and the preparations which people need to take when they're planning a fall camping trip.
And this is very apropos for today.
Right, and get this, folks, we came here on a Tuesday and got everything all set up. And keep in mind, too, this is midweek, and it's, outside the regular camping season. We were actually the only tent campers in the entire park.
Yeah, we had the whole park to ourselves.
We had the whole park to ourselves.
Perfect.
And it's a different story today because we have more and more people coming in. The past couple days, it's been comfortable. We didn't really have to make any extra preparations, but the past 2 days, and I tell this to folks all the time, if you really want it to rain, just ask Skip to go camping. It happens every time.
And we got the rain.
This weekend was no exception. We got rained on so badly, folks. And believe me, I kid you not, we were actually standing in puddles of water outside. And I hope tomorrow sometime to actually shoot some B-roll here and show you exactly what our campsite looks like and where we're camping, specifically inside Georgia's Stone Mountain Park. But unlike a lot of campers, I bring a lot of stuff with me.
Yeah, before we came down here, I called you and I said, what do I need to bring? Dumb question. I knew from the very beginning I didn't need to bring a thing. This guy's got it all.
Well, you got to keep this in mind, too. If you don't bring all that stuff with you, the specific item that you need that one particular day, you're not going to have it because you left it at home.
Exactly.
Now, this is not going to work well for everybody. This particular week, we got together because one specific reason. My lovely daughter, Kelly got married.
Yep. Beautiful
And,
wedding.
yeah, and folks, they're joining us here at camp today. I don't think they're going to be on the show because they're late arrivals and they're just busy setting up right behind us here down near the lake. But we sat there tonight, and just before it got dark, we had tacos. I had 3 or 4. How many did you have?
I
Rick?
had 3.
Okay, and the
Combination
food-
soft and hard.
The food is great. When you're camping, I don't care where you're camping at. I don't care what time of the year you're camping. When you go out and you start preparing your food outside on that wonderful camping equipment that you have, the food always had a tendency to taste better.
Absolutely.
It works out that way.
I don't know what it is. It's probably just the whole environment, the camping environment. But you just can't beat the taste.
It blends right in.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we sat here and we had tacos tonight, and it was just a great experience because my daughter Kelly and her new husband, my new son-in-law Luke, joined us, and they finished eating. And because they're late arrivals too, they're now in the process of getting set up in the dark. But it's our last night here at camp. We started camping Tuesday night, and up until last night, we were the only people inside the park here, the only campers, should I say. But today, more and more campers started coming in, and the rain has pretty much passed through. The skies are pretty dark, and looking around outside right now, it's just, I want to be out by a fire, but it is just too darn cold to be out there.
And windy. You got that wind.
And windy, yes.
Worried about your canopy out there blowing
Right.
away.
And we had to break that canopy down a couple times,
Yep.
just actually lower it to the ground, because we had a bad experience here a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We had that microburst that came through.
exactly. And that was no more than 3 or 4 camping spots from where we're at right now. And it was right by the lake. And the wind today coming through here and looking at the canopy, and I'm not using the same canopy I did before, but the fact remains I still see that wind coming through, and I don't need that one to be picked up and thrown across the campsite either.
No.
So we're going to go ahead and take all those extra precautions. We're going to go ahead and lower that canopy, and hopefully we're going to get through tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday. We got to be breaking camp tomorrow. Nobody likes to break camp.
No. And I got to get ready. I got a long drive
You
back
got
to
a
Pittsburgh
long
to
drive back home, but
Yeah.
we had a wonderful wedding, and I teased a few folks about this over on Facebook, and I dressed up. It was a Halloween-based wedding.
My
I'm
very
gonna have
first-
to. I'm gonna have to put some pictures out there.
That was an amazing wedding. Now, I've never been to a Halloween wedding before, so this was new to me, and I'm thinking, what's this going to be all about? This was absolutely the best, most fun wedding I've ever been to.
And we've talked about camping weddings before, but I don't think we've
Yeah.
ever talked about Halloween weddings.
No.
But this is something that Kelly and Luke planned, and I had my reservations about it too, because all along, all these years, all we've ever been to is these traditional weddings that were
Yeah.
done in the church, and the gowns and the tuxes and the stretch limos and the
just
top shelf liquor and the
same
country
routine.
clubs and all that stuff.
Yep.
This was something totally different. It was outdoors, and when I got there, I had a blast, and I think we were one of the last folks to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're wrapping things up.
But yours truly, the camp talker, was dressed as Dracula at the request of my daughter. And again, I'll go ahead and I'll pop a couple pictures on Facebook so you can see what that's all
You
about.
surprised me on that one. I didn't think you were going to dress up as anything.
I didn't think I was either, but it's her special day. It only comes one time in a lifetime.
And
so
it's
you gotta give in, yes.
that is something that everybody's going to remember.
Yes, including myself.
Exactly.
But it was a wonderful wedding. Like I said, we checked in Tuesday. We got to the wedding reception on Wednesday, and a couple days later, here we are. It's now Friday night, and sadly, we got to pack it in and head on out Saturday. So after tonight, we're going to be back in the studios of Happy Camper Radio. But I did want to take this opportunity to break out our brand new video equipment that we have, and it's a shame that we're doing this inside the tent. You can't see over here to my left, but I've got a tent heater that's actually got this whole tent nice and toasty.
Oh, it is
And
comfortable.
we're going to sleep very well tonight here. I'm sleeping on my cot. My brother, Rick, is sleeping on the air mattress, which I normally sleep on, but because he has the queen bee with him tonight,
My travel
yes,
buddy.
They got to give her all the space she can possibly have. She's nice and toasty. She's fallen asleep on us here, Rick.
Yep. It's been a busy day for her. We're
Yeah.
exploring the park.
It's been a busy week all
Exactly,
all
yeah.
wrong, yeah. But very soon, we're going to be getting ready for Christmas here at Georgia Stone Mountain Park. And for any of you passing through Georgia in the Atlanta area, definitely look up Georgia Stone Mountain Park. It's a stone's throw away from our studios. I talk about it all the time. It's a great place to go camping, even if it's just for a weekend. You want to get away somewhere. You want to get out of the house. You don't want to travel too far. This is probably the greatest camping destination that I could possibly have close by. I've been here a number of times. We also have some other places in Georgia that are great camping destinations. We have Lake Sidney Lanier.
Yeah.
We have Lake Allatoona. They've got some great camping destinations up there. And throughout the state, you don't really have to travel too far, but this is close enough for me that I can just load up the truck and be here in a matter of minutes.
And it's a great park. We've been camping here, I think our first trip was 1979. I remember because that's the year I graduated high school, and I came down with our uncle, and we camped actually not that far from here. And it's been a regular destination spot for us ever since.
I was young back in those days.
Oh, so weren't we all?
Yeah, time sure does fly. But, I'm glad that you folks could be here with us here and checking out our camping outfit. This is actually the Coleman Instant Tent, the larger version. So we've got plenty of room on the inside, actually room that I could bring the lighting in here, the cameras, and you're actually simulcasting for your website.
My YouTube channel?
Your YouTube channel. Tell us a little bit about that, Rick.
Okay, well, I have my little travel buddy here. I like to travel around and see different things, and I got my little girl here, and I don't like to leave her at home. Now, she's my little buddy, my little companion, so came up with the idea, starting a YouTube channel. I call it the Travel Buddies, and it's relatively new. I think I only have maybe about 8 or 9 episodes so far. But, something to start off with, grow with. And it's going to be about traveling around. Eventually, I'd like to travel around the country with her and do all the little video destinations, trying to find mostly a lot of dog-friendly places. And that's what I liked about Stone Mountain here. It's, for the most part, dog-friendly. A little disappointed that I wasn't able to take her on top of the mountain. Big sign at the walk-up trail saying no dogs. But other than that, you know what? I had her all around the park here. Some of the shops said, yeah, come on, bring her in. They're fine with that. And in fact, last night, you're talking about with Christmas, I saw that they've been setting up for their Christmas light show.
Right.
And so you had to work last night. I'm sitting here at camp by myself, getting a little bored. About midnight, I decided I'm going to sneak over to the main part of the park, check out the lights. So I took Poncha. We're walking around. Tell you, this Stone Mountain Park, you have to see this. They go all out with these lights. I mean, everything. There's not one thing that doesn't have a light attached to it.
And they do it up each and every year around Christmas. And we've been here a couple times during the Christmas season. We haven't camped during Christmas. That may come down not too far down the road because we definitely have all the preparation and all the gear for just about any type of camping that we want to do. If I could just find a spot somewhere out there where I can be assured that it's not going to rain, it would be one of the greatest camping trips that I would ever be on. I go to Hiawassee a couple times a year. Beautiful up there. You've been there, Rick.
Yep. And it rained.
And it rains.
Yep.
And it rains. And there's so much for global warming. But yeah, we get through it, and this is going to be another one of those weekends, even though we're having a great time now. But tomorrow when we break camp, and we've actually got to be on the road by noontime, I'll be home in a matter of minutes, but it's going to be a couple days before I can actually put this gear in the backyard, set it up, and let it dry out. You've got to do that, folks. You got to let your gear dry out, otherwise it's going to be ruined. And you take good care of your camping equipment is going to take care of you. So it's a wonderful opportunity to go camping. Again, it's kind of strange. This whole episode that we're doing today is totally off the cuff. And, we're going to be doing more of these type of shows down the road. And hopefully we can be out there by the campfire. We can have some of our neighbors. We've had some neighbors come in here now. They're still in the process of getting set up. You had a late arrival last night, after midnight.
Yeah, it was just before I snuck over to the mountain. Somebody pulled on there, just right next door. Set a tent up by the river,
Sure.
down by the lake.
So it doesn't always
Beautiful
happen
spot.
during the daytime hours.
No.
I really hate it for the folks who are out there tonight in this cold and windy weather and having to put up with what they're putting up with just to get the tent set up.
That's good.
Hopefully it's going to be an environment like we have where they've got a heater in there, they're comfortable. Look at us. I mean, we don't have jackets on. That's just how
No, it's nice and
comfortable
warm.
it is inside the tent.
But if I wanted this cold temperature, I would have stayed back in Pittsburgh.
I was told tonight's temperature is going to go down to 42 degrees.
And it was
that's-
about 42 when I left Pittsburgh.
Right, and that's going to be a little too chilly to be without the tent heater tonight. So this is going to be the last night. We're going to do it upright. We're going to just relax. We're going to take full advantage of this camping trip. We've cracked the tent windows just a little bit, and that's important too, folks. If you are a fall or wintertime camper and you're using a tent heater, you definitely got to allow for some ventilation. I can't stress this enough. I've got a Mr. Buddy tent heater. It's one of the best tent heaters I have ever seen. I've worked with a couple of them, but we've got this one attached to a 20-pound propane tank just outside the tent. We've got a hose running out the door, a little crack in the door there. But anytime that you're going to be using a tent heater and you're camping in the fall and winter time, areas, definitely, folks, make sure that you take the time to read the instructions very, very thoroughly and allow that ventilation, because you don't want to have any disasters while you're camping, without question. So you're going to stay nice and warm if you follow the rules. We've got the windows cracked here just enough. We've got that ventilation. We're doing just fine. It's going to be a comfortable night. I really think we probably need to go out and fire that coffee pot up one more time.
Yeah, I think I could use another cup
Yeah,
before we turn in
those
here.
those nice hot tacos that we had tonight is definitely made us feel good. But I think a cup of hot coffee, in your case, a cup of tea,
Nice hot cup of tea.
is going to warm you on up. And as far as Poncha's concerned, I think she's all ready to crash right now.
She's already turned in here. She had a busy day making a lot of friends. In fact, if you don't mind, I want to give a shout out. People are very friendly here in the park. And there's one lady, I saw her a couple times. She works here at the park by the name of Amy.
Okay.
And she would pull over. She's driving her little golf cart or whatever they drive around in here with. And she just made a fuss over Poncha.
I can totally understand
And
that.
everywhere I go, Poncha is just the center of attention. I'm
think-
just the guy at the other end of the leash.
I think most of our viewers and listeners can attest to the fact that many, many good campgrounds out there are pet-friendly campgrounds.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of campers that I know are very responsible individuals. They clean up after their pets.
Yep.
They take good care of their pets. Their pets are like their children.
Oh, they are.
Right?
They're family.
Exactly. And the folks here at Stone Mountain Park Campground, like you said, Amy, other people here at camp, just about anywhere you go, workers are going to be waving at you. They're going to be talking to you. And it just makes your camping experience so much more better when you're in an environment like that. Well, Rick, I'm so glad you could join us here.
Thank you, Skip.
It's been a long time since you've been down here.
It's been a while, kind of life and that job thing gets in the way of having a good time here, but got to make some time and set it aside and get down here
I
and
know
camp
what the
some more.
workforce is like, and I've got a couple more years to go, and then I can do all the camping I want. I can do all the Happy Camper Radio podcasts and videos I want. But I'm glad you, as our viewers and our listeners, can join us. We haven't been in the studio for a while. We're doing a lot of preparations, getting set up for bigger and better days ahead. And thank you for your continued listenership and your continued viewership. You can catch us online anytime at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker, add us to Circles on Google+, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. Rick's a happy camper, so is Poncha. And you hang around with us long enough, folks, we're going to do our best to make a happy camper out of you. Talk to you again real soon. You're listening to Happy Camper Radio.
Happy